Are you wasting a lot of time on your smartphone, feeling really depressed of utilizing more than 4 to 5 hours of your smartphone and finding way to reduce that? This is a powerful video where I go deep into about your smartphone distractions. I'm going to give you a smartphone addiction test to see how much intensity you're using your smartphone. Second, I'm giving how to strategically remove the smartphone usage so that you can optimize it for less than 1 hour. Completely removing the smartphone is not a good idea. You cannot do that. How many times you removed something, maybe downgraded to basic phone and you failed, right? In this video, I'll tell you how to optimize your smartphone usage to less than 1 hour per day. If you want some proof, see this. This is my smartphone usage, 34 minutes. Sometimes it's 45 minutes, 54 minutes, less than 1 hour per day. Even though I'm a software developer in a product-based company, along with that, I'm building a powerful productivity business at the same time, right? Do you want that? Along with that, I'm going to give you a powerful applications, how to reduce the usage to less than 1 hour and optimize it for maximum utilization of your smartphone usage per day. The ultimate guide for your smartphone distractions. The smartphone is the escape route to face the current reality. How many times, instead of you doing the work, you keep on jumping into your smartphone? Whenever you want to focus on something, within 3-4 minutes, you're jumping into something, YouTube or Facebook or WhatsApp. You know what? The internal problem is not your smartphone distraction. The internal problem is you're procrastinating to face the reality, to tackle the big activities, to tackle the challenges in your life, in your career. Just think about it, right? In most of the cases, this teenagers to the 35, the people who are in that range, they're really struggling with it. They are not even consciously thinking about it. They're wasting time on the smartphone usage. I'll tell you some statistics that will blow your mind. 75% of the people watch their smartphone after waking up immediately. 75% of the people, even you wake up with a smartphone, right? Maybe opening the WhatsApp, opening the stories, opening the news apps. That is, your subconscious mind is like a white paper when you wake up. And you're injecting a lot of junk, lot of entertainment, lot of negativity on the morning times. How can you expect your day to be super productive? Think about that. You are injecting negativity into your mind and you're expecting your day should be positive. It's impossible. That is why most of the time, we started something, it's a loop of negativity, it's a loop of distraction, one distraction to jump into the next distraction to the next distraction to, keep on repeating that loop. Second, 61% of the people watch before sleep. Maybe your sleep routine is completely bad because you're addicted to smartphone usage. Maybe you're ending your day with Instagram. Maybe you're ending day with YouTube, spending a lot of time in chatting. I'm not saying they're wrong. What I'm saying is, if you're not consciously take action, if you're not mindfully use the smartphone, then it is dangerous. Okay. If you're sleeping with a smartphone, it means that you are injecting that negativity and junk, lot of short videos, reels, lot of TikTok stuff, all this randomized content will never make you more productive. And even sometimes, few of my clients told that, Ramesh, my sleep was bad. I never feel like sleep, even though I spend 8 hours in the sleep. You know why? The reason is you are showing a lot of blue light into your eyes that will make you wake even though you're sleeping. That will never make you feel satisfied because of your spending 2 to 3 hours of your smartphone usage before your sleep, right? Along with that, on an average, according to one more research, people are spending time 150 to 200 times per day on their smartphone usage. They're checking their phones every minute, every other minute, I think couple of times in a half an hour. They keep on checking immediate. That is called habits. People build habits, and habits build with a repetition. Sometimes those are called micro habits, atomic habits. We can't even perceive that's a habit, but we are opening the phone, unlocking it, opening the WhatsApp, go to the status tab, checking the smartphone, checking the statuses. How many times it happen, right? Or maybe you're unlocking the phone, opening the app drawer, opening the YouTube, checking the explore tab, or checking the recommended videos. How many times it happened? It's a loop. It's a habit loop, right? On an average, imagine 150 to 200 times people are checking the phone, even you one among them. Think about it. If you spend 3 minutes per session, 3 minutes on an average per session, 200 times you open the phone. You might think, Ramesh, no, I'm not using the phone. I don't know. I'll show you some apps which can track your usage passively and show you how many times you unlock your smartphone per day. Even I'll show you how many times I unlocked my smartphone. Can you see this? 36 times I unlock it. 36 times I unlock it. Usually I'm very productive. I know that I know how to optimize it. Maybe you check. I'll tell you the apps also. You can check it out. And finally, on an average, 4 to 7 hours per day usage. 4 to 7 hours. Imagine this. You have that extra 4 hours. You're just wasting it for distraction. Not only you're losing your time, that 4 hours is waste. Along with that, you're injecting that negativity, injecting that distraction that will never make you more productive in your life. You might think, Ramesh, I'm learning, I'm consuming valuable content, I'm meditating. Yes, I agree. I'll tell you some exceptional cases at the end of this video. Okay, please stay till the end. Just think about it. You are running the phone because you are the owner of your phone. Okay, you purchased your phone and you are the owner of your phone. Okay, you should never be jailed. Never should be jailed with the smartphone. Okay, or phone runs your day. Phone runs your day. Are you running your day proactively, or your phone is making you reactive based on the notifications, based on the vibration, based on the sound, based on the triggers, based on pushes, based on people, based on conversations? Think about it. If you keep on being that reactive mode in a day, those reactive modes will never make you productive the whole day. Yes, I was a living example who jumping between app to app, system to system, tool to tool, video to video, right? 3 years back, not now. And at that time, I feel like lazy, drowsy, fear of missing out, FOMO, right? That is called shiny object syndrome, trying and testing everything, and playing games. I am addicted to games, I think 3-4 years back. Can you see this? Ask this question. Are you a owner of your phone, or your phone is owning you? If you have high dreams in your life, if you really want to go to that next level in your career, in terms of your finances, in terms of your wealth, in terms of your relationships, then you should never be in that reactive zone. Okay. Now I'll tell you, I'll give you some questions. Just in your notepad and pen, write yes or no. Okay, yes or no. This test is a proven test. I built it on my own. If your answer is yes, but be honest with it. Yes or no. At the end of it, I'll tell you whether you're a smartphone addict or not. Okay. Just answer yes or no. First, get anxiety when you forget the phone. Most of the times, right, we put phone somewhere and we are searching in another place and we feel like anxiety. Where is that phone? We are missing the important part of your body. Your important organ is missing. If you feel that, just type yes in your notepads. Okay. Or no need, even though if you are missing it out, no need, you are working for yourself without your smartphone, just note it no. Having a FOMO, fear of missing out, fear of missing the new status, fear of missing out new news, fear of missing out this trading activity, fear of missing out what's going on in the world, fear of missing out the next offer, fear of missing out this important deal in the shopping. Yes, yes or no. If you have that fear, just second time answer yes or no in your notepads. Third, worry when charging went down to 10%. Right? Are you a person who keep on checking at your charging point, keep on checking at your percentage, and you feel like, less than 10%, what should I do? Right? If you are getting anxiety and worrying about that, then answer is yes. Feeling frustrated when there is no internet. If you feel your entire 1.5 GB or 2 GB is done, but Wi-Fi is not working, you feel really frustrated of your day. You feel like there is no oxygen to you. If you feel the same when there is no internet, of course, yes. Isolation, you feel like you really wanted to isolate from your family and friends so that you can spend more time in the virtual world. You feel that, Yes or no? Or no need, even though if you put your phone somewhere and enjoying your time with your family and friends, then no. Become really bored of not using the phone. The activities when your phone is not involved, you feel like bored. Maybe bathing, maybe eating, maybe sleeping, maybe learning, maybe working. You feel like bored. If you feel that, answer is yes. Okay. No excitement in other parts of your life. Because of this over addiction to your smartphone, there is no excitement in other areas of your life because all the dopamine has been shielded by this smartphone, right? Because of that, you lost that interest in your vacation, you lost that interest in your learning pace, you lost that interest in your relationship, you lost that interest in your bodybuilding, right? You lost that interest in your curiosity. Before 3 years back, you're curious about Android smartphone, you're curious about violin guitar, you're curious about some X activity, but now you feel lost in that because of the smartphone. Answer is yes. Little bit of short-term memory loss. Do you feel that sometimes you forget where to keep the phone, where you kept the keys, where you kept your shoes, where you kept your bag, maybe a little items, right? You get that short-term memory loss because according to our research, because of the over using the smartphone, that will hit that hippocampus in your mind, that will make you uh, a short-term memory loss patient, right? We can't perceive it, but we'll feel it. We feel like it's a part of our life, but actually it's a problem, conscious problem you should work on. And finally, increased eyesight. Because of the smartphone, because of the blue light, because of the consistent, maybe 2-3 hours without giving a break, without distracting your eyes, you're getting that increased eyesight. A little bit of eyesight, you feel like, arey yaar, 2-3 years back, my eyes are good, but now a little bit reduce the power of my eyes. You feel that. These are just the questions I built, okay? Yes or no? And you feel like smartphone is your best sleeping partner than with your spouse or with your kids. You feel the same? Then answer is yes. Or irrespective of your smartphone, you're enjoying your time with your spouse and kids and you're sleeping happily without having a near, the distance should be a phone and to you should be at least 3 to 7 meters. Don't sleep with your smartphone very near to your eyes or ears or your on your bed. That will radiate your heart. You're more likely to get a lot of other problems like ear pain, eye pain, heart stroke. A lot of other areas should be affected with the smartphone, right? Excited to know whether you're an addict. Now count how many yeses you got. How many yeses you got? It may be 2, 3, 4, 7, 8 or 10. If you're getting greater than or equal to 4 S's, you're a smartphone addict. Yes, you're a smartphone addict because you're getting that all the problems of this smartphone usage. This is the right time. This is the right time to kill that smartphone usage. I'm not saying sacrificing learning, sacrificing the communication. No, I'm saying optimize your smartphone usage to less than 1 hour per day so that you can have more time for yourself, more time for your family, more time for your learning, more time for your rest, right? Let's jump in. Then problems, I'll tell you some problems, then I'll give you this powerful strategies, then I'll tell you the applications, powerful apps to optimize the smartphone usage and track it. I hope you're still enjoying this. Problems. There are many problems. I'll tell you the main problem. Because of the smartphone usage, you feel like loneliness and depressed of not using it, depressed of your result, depressed of your relationships because of your smartphone usage. Second, you get that anxiety. You are getting anxiety because of the smartphone usage, or anxiety person. Third, it increases your stress because you might miss something. Maybe you feel because of a lot of time and energy has been grabbed by smartphone, you have less time for your business or for your office, for your career or for your own time. That makes you stressed to achieve more work in this less time, right? And attention deficit disorders. How many times you are easily getting distracted to some activity? You're getting easily distracted to some Y activity. Think about that. Maybe you're starting something, within 2-3 minutes, you're losing that mind and jumping back to something else, right? Attention deficit disorders and diminishing your ability to concentrate and think deeply or creatively, right? You lost that creative mind. You lost that ability to focus. You're not focusing like monk in your life because you're already getting that attached with your smartphone. That is making you getting these focus problems and concentration issues in your life. And finally, it is ruining your sleep. Smartphone is ruining your sleep. If you ruin your sleep routine, it will ruin your morning routine. If you ruin your morning routine, it will ruin your entire day. And that ruining your entire day will make your disturbing your sleep routine. You got my point? This is a loop. Sleep routine bad, morning routine bad, entire day become bad, again sleep routine bad. And how many days you were in this position? Come out of that. Come out of that loop. Please come out of that. I'm giving my life to this productivity. Yes. Let us jump into the strategies. It's very important. First is remove the visual triggers, which means in your visual area, which is I think 120 degrees you can watch on an average, don't have your smartphone or any distracting device in front of you or in your visual area while you're working. Okay? Visually, you're not able to check that. In most of the cases, when you have a smartphone here with you, you're more likely to open that. Right? If you put your phone in a dryer or maybe other room, maybe something else, maybe switch it off, maybe give it to your mom or put it in the other room, that makes you on the track. Okay. Second, increase the friction of using it. Actually, I learned this from James Clear, author of Atomic Habits. He told that for the negative habits, you need to increase the number of steps to take that habit. Suppose for the smartphone, what you can do is you can maybe put a different password, maybe unlock it, maybe instead of the pattern, you can use character password, like some characters password, or maybe you can put it in airplane mode, or maybe you can switch it off. It takes some time to open that, switching it on. That makes you, how much time it takes to do that habit, so that you are less likely to do that habit. Okay. And tightly focused work is important to consciously remove the phone. This is the one problem I found is you start the work, within 2-3 minutes, you are getting distracted because your smartphone is in just one click away, one unlock away because of your fingerprint or iRetina scan, right? But before you start any work, consciously take the decision to create a tight focused bubble for the next 90 minutes. I'm finishing this activity. Until that, I don't touch my smartphone. Consciously take the decision and feel your tightly focused work is important, and remove the smartphone before you start the work. And even you can remove this fingerprint, because fingerprint is the fastest way to open the smartphone, or you can remove this pattern, you can remove this unlocking with the retina, and set a 7-character password, not a number password, but a character password, maybe a one caps letter, one small letter, one number, one special character, like that. So you feel very difficult to unlock the phone. That is the one step adding to that friction. So you are less likely to using that. Or even you can use the one more step, gonna be lock the app, lock the WhatsApp, lock the YouTube, right? Lock the YouTube, so that one more step to unlock it, and put the YouTube or WhatsApp in an inside folder of the inside folder. So it's a 3 more steps to open the folders, to open that app, unlock that app. Can you see this? Increasing the friction to feel difficult of using that app. That is how you are going to remove the visual triggers while you're working. Okay. Second, mindful usage. Next time on, whenever you're opening your phone, are you really confident enough that you're consciously opening that app? Is it for learning? Is it for communication? Is it for bank payments? Is it for recharges and bills? Is it for entertainment? Have you ever thought like this? Mindful usage. Without that mindful usage, what happens? You thought of doing something, but your habit, Your habit makes you unlock the phone, open the WhatsApp, open the stories. How many times? And after 3-4 minutes, I get lost in this WhatsApp. Why I have opened this app? Okay, I thought of opening my phone pay or Google Pay to check the balance. You got my point? How many times it happened? It means you're a smartphone addict. Okay. So set an intention before you unlock it. Set an intention to unlock. Okay, I'm unlocking my phone to learn. I'm unlocking my phone to entertain. Okay, use YouTube. Nothing wrong in that. But conscious thought is important. Okay, conscious intent is important. Even you can use a rubber band. There's a concept I learned, which is a rubber band for your smartphone. You can add a rubber band. Next time on, in order to use the phone, that rubber band is annoying you, right? In the middle of it annoys you. So in order to remove that rubber band, you need to have a conscious thought. Why am I removing this rubber band? Because I wanted this phone for a specific purpose, a mindful activity to do that. You know why? I'll tell you a secret. Why we are addicted to smartphone? Because a lot of things can be done in the smartphone. Lot of things, almost 90% of the things. That's why we are not even consciously know what we are doing, and all the mixture of all the activities, and a habit loop built very fast with a repetition. That's why it's faster to get addicted to your smartphone. Even if you're a parent, your kids are addicted to your smartphone, don't blame them. Nothing wrong in them. They are not consciously wasting time. They're subconsciously getting that negative habit of smartphone addiction. Okay, I'll tell you how to get rid of it. Ask yourself, is this really important to use now? Is this really important to use now? When you open the phone, when you hand it your phone, ask this question. Is this really important to use now? Ask this question. If the answer is no, go away. If the answer is yes, why? Think about why. Get that exact answer. Declutter your app list. See this. In my smartphone, no apps on my home screen. Can you see this? So if you have too many options, too many triggers, you are more likely to open them, right? Just move all of them into a different screen altogether. So you have a clean and empty home screen that makes you think about what you should do. If you see some green icon or a red icon or a blue icon, you are more likely to open that. Okay, because colors induces the emotions, and you can declutter your apps, like just open your app drawer and see which apps you have just downloaded for the sake of it, but you didn't delete that. Because of that one app, you are getting too many of the notifications and vibrations and sounds. Please remove them one at a time. Just go through it on the entire apps and delete if you really don't want it. Okay, and delete the apps which you are not using since 1 week. If you are not even opening once in a week, it means you don't need it. Now uninstall it. If you want, you can install it again. There is no pay, right? You can install it again. No issues about that. And replace digital tools with physical tools. And one of the reasons I found that, Ramesh, I'm using calculator, I'm using alarm, I'm using camera. Yes, I agree. Because of this, you started with the camera, but you ended up with the YouTube for 3 hours, right? How many times it happened? So slowly replace the digital tools with the physical tools, like alarms, calculators, albums, physical notepad and pen, right? That's why I told you in the starting of this video, take notes in your notepad and pen, not in the digital app. You got it? Because when you open app for something, that habit loop will make you open the other app. That will make you addicted to it. App builders build the apps to hook people as much time as possible. It is not their mistake, it's their job. Okay? It's their job to hook you as much time as possible so that they can make more money by giving that space to advertisers, right? But it's your job. You consciously take the decision whether you want it or not. Think about it and automate it. The third strategy is automate it, like auto silent mode. In your setting, there is a mode called in sounds and vibrations, auto silent mode. Schedule that auto silent 9 p.m. to 7 a.m. Completely silent your notifications, silent your sound, silent your vibrations, so that you are removing that audio triggers to checking, to having that impulsion to check that phone. You can remove that. Second, autofocus mode. I'm going to tell you an app called Digital Wellbeing. In that app, there is a concept called autofocus mode. In that focus mode, You cannot open the apps which are selective. Suppose I select WhatsApp, YouTube, Facebook, I select Instagram, I select all the distracting apps as a focus, as a blacklist. Then when I'm recording this video, right? When I'm recording this video, I turn my focus mode on. So even if I open the WhatsApp, it won't open. It shows that you are in focus mode. Got it? Like that, while you are working, you can turn on the focus mode. Third, schedule that don't disturb. Schedule that don't disturb whenever you wanted that hyper focus. Like suppose every Sunday afternoon to midnight, you don't want to touch your phone because it's your entertainment block. Schedule that don't disturb. Schedule that don't disturb, right? And maybe you can schedule the don't disturb every night or maybe every morning, or when that important time for your work, for your learning, for your family time. Schedule that. And even you should exclude the emergency, because for maybe your favorite contact should be excluded, right? Maybe repeated calls can be excluded. Maybe some person is in need an emergency. You can exclude them if they're ringing us 2 to 3 times continuously in 5 minutes. And mute the notifications forever. This is one of the problem I found, because you got notifications from Chrome, you got notifications from YouTube, notifications from WhatsApp, Telegram, Snapchat. You know what? I got very less notifications. Let me open that, my notifications. It will blow your mind. Can you see how many notifications I got? Just 33 notifications per day. And my notifications are very strategic. Like only calendar notifications about my schedule. Second, my messages for bank payments or something. Third, only the notifications which I can't control, like maybe some settings notification, that's it. Apart from that, I don't get many, right? You just long press that notification and mute it. Mute it, nothing wrong in that. Mute all the groups, mute all the channels, mute all the subscriptions, mute all the, even in the Chrome also, if you say hello, while you're browsing the website, it is show we want to push you some notifications, or kind of, if you say hello, right, you will get all the notifications coming in. Just block them, go to Chrome and just learn that, because even one trigger can save you 4 hours per day, or one trigger can steal your 4 hours per day. It has that power. It has that power. Mute all the notifications, only open the notifications for very less and important things, right? I told you, right? Calendar is important. Calls are important. And messages for bank payments, or even maybe delivery. Even sometimes you order from delivery or maybe Swiggy or Amazon, that's important, because they got they send the calls or messages to track the payment and the shipping, right? Don't lose them. And finally, yes, you can mute the WhatsApp statuses, Facebook stories, even Facebook notifications, right? Mute them, long press mute them. What's the need of, suppose some person sent a comment in some video which you liked and you want that notification, think about it. While you're deeply working on your new skill, you're deeply working on your business, you're deeply working on something important for yourself, that random comment notification, you want it or not? Think about it. Random notification. I hope you really don't want to cost your life for that simple notification, right? Please mute them, right? And YouTube notifications as well. Please mute them. New apps, even sometimes I've seen new apps, if you install an app, right, it will send you notification. Just long press. When I see a random notification, I long press and I mute it. Even I mute even my WhatsApp is in completely mute. My stories are in mute. Even though I'm using WhatsApp for my team communication, for my customer communication, but I never use it as a waste of time. I use it as a business tool. And finally, just clean your home screen with just 3 apps. I'll show you. Example, phones, messages, and Audible to listen books. That's it, right? Can you see this? No more apps. But in the other side, I have many apps. In the other side, I have many apps, but in the starting screen, you should have 0 apps, so that you are more likely to do what you really wanted to do instead of getting triggered with lot of apps. Even, have you seen there is a dot symbol? There is a dot symbol on the top of the app that represent you are getting notification from this app. Just block them. That's a trigger. That's a trigger to hook you. Okay. And And one more strategy is mini digital detox vacations. Mini digital detox vacations, which means you are exiting from your digital life to enjoy your life, to enjoy your real life. For example, Friday evening, a date evening with your spouse. How many times your spouse is talking to you, you are answering with your smartphone, she or he is not interested to have a relationship with you, and your relationships are getting loosened because of that smartphone. Please stop that. I was the living example. Have seen my cousins and their families. The only reason why they are not happy in their relationship because of the smartphone jailed, right? You can say that Friday evening with date night with your spouse, put the phone in silent mode. Tell your family, Friday evening I don't leave the calls. Enjoy that. Enjoy your time with your spouse. Enhance that relationship. Tighten the bonding. That's very important for the long-term journey with your life, with your spouse, right? Sunday afternoon with kids. Even kids, dad, you're not giving enough time to me. Mom, you're always on your smartphone. Your kids deserve your time, guys. Your kids deserve your time. Maybe Sunday afternoon, put your phone in silent mode, enjoy the time with their games, maybe go to somewhere, enjoy that vacation, right? Enjoy that vacation with your kids, Sunday afternoon with them. Monday evening with spiritual practice, Tuesday night with professional webinar. Even in webinars or in sessions also, I have seen we are more likely to jumping into the WhatsApp if the speaker is not making you interested, right? Even this video, I'm not sure what's going on in your life, but you're checking your WhatsApp or something while listening to me, right? Stop that. Tuesday night professional webinar. And even sometimes I've seen after every meal, you are immediately opening your smartphone to check the Facebook feed, to check the new statuses, to check the new videos. Stop it. Stop it. After every meal, take a physical break. You can look at maybe you can take rest for your eyes. Maybe you can spend a quality time with your spouse and kids. Maybe you can have a small walk in your terrace. Nothing wrong in that, but a physical break, not a virtual break, please. Okay. And you can start with 1 hour break or 2 to 4 hours detox breaks, like no smartphone, no laptop, 2 hours to 4 hours per day. And one more important strategy I found is turning on your grayscale, which is you can schedule this as well. Instead of you use the colors induces the emotions. Colors induces provoking you to wake up, right? And that color attracts you. That color light makes you hook as much time as possible. That is really, really sad. To avoid that, you can turn on the grayscale, which is the auto white balance. You can auto schedule it, like every night, 8 p.m. to morning, 10 a.m. your phone is in dark mode and is in grayscale. You're less likely to use that. Okay. And even in the digital well-being app, I'll send you the link in the description of the digital well-being. There is a focus mode. You can turn on the focus mode. All the apps will be grayscale. Even or in your settings also it's available. Just go and research. Based on your model, based on your company's phone, you can research about the settings and turn on that, so that you will feel you feel not interested to use that smartphone, and you are more likely to implement it. And now I'll tell you my favorite apps to optimize your smartphone to next level. Okay. First app is digital well-being. I told you, right? This is a powerful app to really track your usage to the completely accurate way, like how many hours you used, how many notifications you got, which app got most of the time, which app got less time, all the insights about that. Digital well-being is from Google. It's completely secure and free. You can download it. The link is in the description. It's free also. Second, if digital well-being is not compatible to you, you can try the Action Dash, the same app, similar app like digital well-being, that is giving you even more insights like graphs, reports of your usage. Third, screen time. If you're an iPhone user, you can try screen time as well for your laptops, for your iPhones. One more app is the Forest. Forest is the best app for your focus mode to test it out, the apps and controlling the usage. And finally, the Space app. Space is also the wonderful app. This is the Space app that will make you even more productive, not wasting time on the smartphone. Now, you might think, yeah, one more app gonna be Flipd. Flipd app. Flipd is the new app, which is the interface is really awesome. you can try that as well. All the apps are similar feature, but it's based on your connection, based on the rapport with that app. Okay. There are some exceptions. It's very important to discuss about the exceptions. I'll tell you the exceptions here. One is to Zoom for classes. Maybe you're learning from a webinar. You're taking a class from your calls from your mentors or anything, or calls from your students, professors. Yes, it's exception. Second, bank payments and UPIs. It's unavoidable. Third, calls for emergencies. It's very important. Books readings or podcasts, listening to the podcast while commuting. Commuting time is the important time to utilize it, right? Book reading and podcast while commuting. And a short 30 minutes conscious entertainment. There are multiple keywords here. Short 30 minutes. I'm not saying 60 minutes, just 30 minutes of conscious entertainment. Okay, for the next 30 minutes, I'm enjoying my YouTube. Or for the next 30 minutes, I enjoy the WhatsApp groups and statuses. Enjoy that. That's the exception. That's what you wanted. You're a human being, okay? You should enjoy that, living that life. So take that break. And you can use your phone for guided meditation practice using Headspace, or even you can use any app or videos to get that guided meditation done. Okay? These are all the exceptions. Beyond that, randomly jumping is dangerous. Consciously doing any one activity is really awesome, right? And even if you're a business owner or a professional, you feel like you have Outlook or Microsoft Teams or Slack for your team communication activities, nothing wrong in that. Okay, just a communication, not an entertainment or chit chatting or gossiping. Pure communication to get the more work done in less time, without miscommunication, right? Without lying. Now you might think, yes, Ramesh, I'm very serious to implement it. Please implement it and take action. One second. If you're really serious to implement it and want to become even more productive in your life, in the link below, I'm going to do my next bootcamp, which is on the next Sunday, where I'll show you how to become super productive without laziness, without missing consistency, without distractions in your life. If you're a professional or an entrepreneur or a business owner or a homemaker, anyone who is struggling with your productivity, I'm going to show you a 4-hour journey to make your life super productive, so that you can scale up your career, you can double your hype, you can multiply your skills, you can create wonders in your life with productivity. Just click that link below and jump into my bootcamp. I can't wait to see you inside the bootcamp. And before we leave it from this video, you can type your top 3 takeaways in the chat, so that if you type something, right, you're more likely to implement that. Second, other person, the person who is don't have enough time to watch the whole video, they can scroll to the comments and learn from you. Third, it is making you get, the more you write, the more you inject, the more you implement. The more you implement, the more you will get results very fast in your life. And I hope this video is really helpful for you. Just try all the hacks for 1 week and tell me in the comments after 1 week how this video helped you. And please share it with your close friends and a person who is a smartphone addict. This video has really helped them to come out of that loop. And thank you. God bless. See you in the next video. If you're really brand new, subscribe to this channel. This is a brand new channel and a one-stop destination for all of your productivity problems. Thank you.